Happy Wednesday! It's the Prop Queen pod going on for we're going to do like a mini pod today. We've got a lot of NBA to talk about, which is why we're going to be joined by Mr. Dream. He's going to help us break down today's NBA slate. He's got an SGP for you. You can put in a Prize Picks lineup. Sponsored by Prize Picks, by the way. I should put a Prize Picks lineup in. I've got two props in the NBA tonight that I'm excited to share. Getting back into the NBA swing of things now that we don't have midweek NFL. Last night, I was sitting on my couch, texting everybody I knew. What do? I know that it typically isn't a football day anyway on a Tuesday. I felt lost. Even though it wasn't a Monday or a Thursday, I already felt lost. What are we going to do for the next however many months without football during the week? Granted, we are a few weeks away from from the conference tournaments in college basketball. March Madness will start eventually. Major League Baseball eventually starting. For me, until it's March Madness, my weekdays are boring. I started one of those 8-episode miniseries. It's the one on Netflix. It's really good. So I know WBC starts in March. We've got to wait. Olympics, I guess, in February. But anybody else feel that the Olympics are like overrated now? Like the Olympics now, you can't even get it all on TV. They try to push you to Peacock. It's kind of annoying. And I don't want to go searching for gymnastics. I just want to watch it on the TV when they tell me it's going to be on the TV. What was I right about, Craig Abel? Very curious. Oh, me and Kelly in Vegas, March Madness. Hell yeah. By the way, everybody, you can. The Times? Trae Young wants to be traded to the Wizards. Oh, yeah, I knew. That's what the agents were saying, that Trae Young wants to be traded. Well, the agents, that was the first talking point, was that Trae Young and his agents were talking to the Wizards, which just, I think, makes absolutely no sense and is so silly. I did want to mention this because even though I'll mention it again at the end of the show, let me see do I have it on my desktop? I mentioned how Kelly and I have the Survivor contest going on right now, the NFL Playoff Survivor. It actually filled up so fast, probably the fastest Survivor pool that we had fill up on Splash Sports in the Kelly and Ariel history, to which they are referring to us as the Splash Sisters. You have until Saturday. Maybe I'll be able to get Kelly to come on the show tomorrow or Friday and we could talk about it a bit. But you could get into the second contest. We have a second contest on Splash going on. Anyone who didn't make it into the first contest can make it into the second contest. Craig Abel says he's already gotten into the second Survivor pool. Let's go. It's $50K guaranteed for the winner. So if you win our Survivor, then you get $50K, or at least you're a part of the $50K guaranteed. So there's 2 contests now. And you could enter a bunch of times. I have 5 entries in each. Very good chance of $50K. And there's not that many teams to choose from. The only problem is you have to make sure that you don't accidentally choose the Super Bowl winner early, because then you get screwed. If you have multiple entries, you could get pretty strategic with this thing. My friend Chris and I were pretty strategic last year. We went on a few contests together. We ended up winning the college basketball March Madness Survivor last year. We ended up realizing down the stretch that we both had some entries in. So we decided let's just try to win by both of us combining our thoughts into who, he essentially picked one team, I picked the other, and we ended up going head to head in the finals. So it was kind of great. What happens if there's multiple entries left in the Survivor pool at the Super Bowl? Then whoever picks the Survivor winner wins, and you end up splitting the million. So that happened actually to me during the March Madness tournament. There ended up being 18 winners, but that was only for 1 million. So this is this is $50K. So it's $50K guaranteed, and then it splits up. So we were in the million contest. We won the million contest, but 18 or so, or 28 people, or whatever it was, ended up winning. So we ended up making, I think it was 15K each for winning the contest. So that's kind of what happens. If it's $50K guaranteed, it's $50K guaranteed to anyone who wins. So if one person wins, you get 50K. If two people wins, you get 25K each, et cetera, et cetera. If you're in both contests, you have the chance to win both contests. So definitely sign up. It's over at splashsports.com/Kelly in Vegas is where you could sign up. And I sent the link in here yesterday. I'll send it one more time just in case you guys want to join in. We've got 2 going, so make sure that you sign up in this one. Wow, we already have 1,010 people in this one. That's crazy. We are filling up quick. Here's the link so that you guys could join in case you have any interest in joining for the Splash Sisters, Kelly and Ariel Survivor, over on Splash Sports. In 5 minutes, we'll be joined by Mr. Dream, who's going to break down the NBA slate for us tonight. I've got 2 props that I want to talk about today. No, it's not coming from our pockets, Craig Abel. It's coming from Splash, please. And the more people that sign up, the better it looks for Kelly and I, and the more willing Splash is going to be to give us more contests. So it helps us a lot if you guys sign up, and we love working with them. College basketball is on tonight, but NBA is a big slate tonight as well. We're going to dive more into college basketball in a little bit. Not today, but like if that's something that you guys obviously love, which I'm sure most of you do, then we'll dive into it. I just always hate college hoops until we get to conference tournament time, but now we're at least January, so we're in conference play, so that'll be a little more helpful. My good friend CT Betts is really good at college hoops, so I'll have CT Betts on. He's good at college basketball. Kelly does college basketball. Mid-major Matt does a lot of college basketball. He'll be on the show Friday. We'll definitely get a mid-major Matt college basketball breakdown. I'm sure he'll have some updated stuff as well. I wanted to get you guys updated too, because I've been working on this a really freaking long time. I'll mention it again at the end of the show. Let me see where I know I have. Here it is. I finally finished this thing. I can't explain to you how hard I worked on this NFL wildcard weekend prop guide. Like, I went through every freaking game in the NFL weekend wildcard slate. I went through every prop edge. I said, here are the best places to attack defenses. Here are the trends to know. Here are the props to stay away from because they're fishy. If you guys have interest, I'm going to post it to social media probably tomorrow, but today, if you still want to join, the premium subscribers on the PropQueen.com newsletter got this included in their subscription. Anyone who subscribes for free to the Prop Queen newsletter has this in their inbox where you can buy it. It's $8.99 if you're not a premium subscriber at the Prop Queen newsletter. So definitely head over to the PropQueen.com, go to the newsletter page, and you could find it on the product section. Or if you're premium, this is in your inbox already. It literally goes through. I'll show you an example. Because for some reason, StreamYard doesn't let us share PDFs on here. I don't know why. But I'll take a snapshot of this and show it to you. I'll just show you the Panthers. I have 2 different things for the Panthers that I'll show you. Image. I hate that I can't show PDFs on here. Very annoying. This is an example of what you get out of the weekend, the wildcard weekend news, wildcard weekend prop betting guide over at thepropqueen.com. I did stuff like this with like Bryce Young's props. You could see all the props that have an edge for Bryce Young and why. It explains to you also why maybe you bet some unders on the slate. I color coordinated it so that at least color coordinated, you could kind of get a good gist for, I don't even know where Marley went. I think she's in my room. So it's color coordinated. So this way you guys can get a good look also at like the overs, the unders, see why. I think it's a really useful tool. I'm going to give something out for free probably tomorrow though, where I'll give you guys like essentially here, where you could see Rams allow the 9th most completions per game. But I'm just going to give that out for free. Like the defense, like it's kind of like what it's everything that Pro Football Reference gives out. But if you want the answers and you don't want to do the research, the prop betting guide is going to be your friend. It's not like to sell props or anything. It's props edges where you could literally get every single one of the prop edges on the board based on defensive matchup, trends, etc. for every single game. So definitely check it out. And sure, go to Roto Grinders and check out the weather, Craig Abel. But I'm not going to be a weatherman, meteorologist on Wednesday before the games start. Because if you think you're going to handicap the weather today, you're out of your mind. You got to just go by matchup, and you've got to see which of these teams, matchup-wise, you think have good matchups for their props. Then you could look at weather, and you could say, okay, let's hold off from this prop. If I have a passing prop and it's going to be raining, then let's hold off. But if the weather's clear, then go for it. Or if you don't care, then don't care. But I'm telling you, if there's already weather in the forecast, expect the books bake that into the lines. If there's going to be rain, I know there's rain all weekend here in New York, so I'm sure there's going to be rain on the East Coast. But just wait if you care about weather. Because I'm telling you, the meteorologists, they say so much, and half of it doesn't happen. What do they say? It's the only job that you could be wrong 99% of the time and still have a job. Meteorologists. So I don't really care too much about weather, to be honest. It's the playoffs. It's balls to the wall. We're going all in. Win or go home. It's the NFL. They know they're going to play out in bad weather. They don't care. So I'm not worried about it. Davante Adams to catch a touchdown on Saturday? Okay. Why, Craig? Why? We don't just give out bets here. We give whys, which is why our next guest is coming on the show. He doesn't just tell us what to bet. He tells us why we are going to bet it. Big NBA slate tonight. It's Mr. Dream. Hi, Dream.
Hello. Top of the evening. How's everybody doing?
Doing great. Excited for this big NBA slate tonight. Even though there are a ton of injuries, a lot of questionables, a lot of double-digit or 9.5 point spreads. How the hell? Like, where do we begin?
So much mess to pick out. The best bet, in my opinion, on a night like this, to just take it easy, keep it light, maybe try and catch something. Try to keep, just try to catch something live. But we'll see.
I'll be honest. I have been putting off betting this sport and analyzing it. Of course, there are certain days of the week that there's nothing going on, so I focus on it. And I loved betting the NBA, past tense. It's exhausting. I was looking just an hour ago before doing my hair and makeup. I'm going to try to get a few bets in on the NBA because I feel bad coming on the show with nothing. I obviously have a ton of NFL stuff, but that's not for a few days. I would love to give people something for today. I'm going through it. I'm like, questionable. And it's 3:30. It's ridiculous.
It's awful. You won't even get final injury news until about 6:30. So, yeah.
So we tread lightly, but was there a game that you saw on the board that you said, okay, at least I can handicap this one?
Yeah, I handicap most of the games, and I have looks just in case guys are ruled out, but I came across a few looks that I absolutely love. The first one being Michael Porter Jr. over his PRA. Get it at over 34.5. I played that for 0.75 units. I rarely have a unit bet in the NBA unless I just absolutely love it, but I'm not a guy that has like 2%, 3% plays. Generally, I just keep everything to a unit. So a 0.75 unit play is a pretty strong play for me for what it's worth. But yeah, he's over this 9 of his last 11. He's already played this team earlier this season and completely lit him up. He had 40, I think he had 42 PRA when he played them earlier this season. And aside from Michael Porter Jr. having crazy usage and just playing well in general, I mean, just points in general, he's got 27 plus his last 4. He's got 9 plus rebounds his last 3. So I just think there's value on all of his lines. Like, I think his points line is probably priced right at about 25, 26. That's priced right. But his rebounds, he's getting 8, 9, 10 rebounds every night. His assists, he's getting 4 or 5. He had 7 last time he played this team nightly. People that watch my stream know we were on CJ McCollum's points plus assists yesterday. Orlando. They tend to give up points plus assists, generally the point guards, but just lead ball handlers. So I don't think it was a coincidence that Michael Porter Jr. had a bunch of assists. I'm not expecting 7, but I do think he gets 4 to 5. So recent opponents would be Pascal Siakam. He just played this team, or I would say recent opponents that are kind of like Michael Porter Jr., power forwards. Siakam just had 34, 7, and 5 in one game, and then a week before that had 26, 4, and 0. So I just think it's a really good spot for Michael Porter Jr. catching a team that's hungry tonight. They just lost last night to Washington, so I'm expecting Orlando to come in focused, and I think we get a good game. I don't think the Nets get blown out. They've been playing defense. They're top 5 defense the last month. I actually think they're the best defense in the month of December. So I think they keep the game close enough for Michael Porter Jr. to have a good game. So took him over his 34.5 PRA. And that's with his PRA. I mean, he could get 25 and 10 without any assists. Like if you watch Michael Porter Jr., he can get 25 points and 10 rebounds. So
yeah, Orlando's laying a short number too, but like you mentioned, just played last night, have to go into Brooklyn. Total decently low, 220.5. And just talking about back-to-backs real quick before we get to your next prop. Back-to-backs are a lot of the times a place where I either like to bet overs against whoever's on the back-to-back or I stay away. How do you approach back-to-backs?
A lot of times it's a case-by-case basis, but I don't run to the window to bet back-to-backs. I definitely don't. There's some spots tonight that I was looking into, and I'm like, oh, they played last night. And it was the same as
Lakers Spurs both on the second leg tonight.
Yeah, and it's guys like inevitably, whatever. Hopefully, I'm saying the word right, but they'll be getting ruled out. I hope LeBron plays. I love his rebounds and assists tonight if he plays, but he probably won't. So generally, I like to leave him alone. And even the day before, I try to be like, okay, does this team have a game tomorrow? If they have a game tomorrow, maybe if it's a blowout, they sit their guys a little early. Maybe they don't fight as hard because there's a game tomorrow. So back-to-backs are something you definitely need to take into account when you capture these games for sure.
You've got another play that you like tonight as well. Jalen Brunson, New York Knicks hosting the LA Clippers at the Garden tonight. You like him over points. How come?
Yes, a wise man, the great Flo Stradamus, and shout out to my guy Flo, Stephen Floral. But yeah, diehard Knicks fan, and he once told me, man, when the Knicks are down and when things don't go right, yeah, you back Jalen Brunson. So there's that. There's also the fact that the Clippers are bottom 5 in defending pull-up jump shooters, at least bottom 10. I'm pretty sure they're bottom 5 in defending pull-up jump shooters. You guys just saw Jaylen Brown give this team 50. And it's like, my goodness, he was just getting to his spot wherever he wanted to get to, just knocking them down. Well, that's Jalen Brunson. He's a pull-up shooter. He pull-up threes, pull-up mid-range, 3-level scorer. So in another game that I expect to be a great game, neither one of these teams played yesterday. A big game. Knicks have lost 4 straight. They've got Tibbs on the timeline. I'm not sure if that was confirmed Tibbs or not, but if it was, got Tibbs on the timeline retweeting, talking about how the starting lineup doesn't play any defense and maybe Tibbs shouldn't have left. And you got a Clippers team that's coming in here playing their best ball of the season easily, coming off a win versus Golden State as a dog. Ever since they got Chris Paul out of there, they've been balling. Harden's going to play tonight. So I think that we have a close game. I think we have a good game, and I'll take Brunson.
Is Harden actually playing tonight?
He's been upgraded. He's been upgraded to probable. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure I saw that right before I came on.
I think you're right. I think I saw that too right before I came on. Harden in the Garden, 3-point prop was a little too high for me because it was 2.5 but minus 150, and I don't like laying minus 150, especially on a 3-point prop. He does shoot pretty well though at MSG.
Oh my goodness, it's so funny you read my mind. I was just about to say, yeah, I like Harden's threes tonight. I'm definitely not laying the 150, maybe a parlay piece. Maybe you find some other guys that you like.
Because Kawhi only gets about 2 at the Garden.
Huh?
Kawhi, I looked up, he only gets about 2 threes a game at the Garden, but Harden does really well.
Yeah, Harden does well. And Kawhi's been shooting it well, but if I had to bet anybody, plus Harden.
On the road, not as much, though.
But see, this is the thing with Harden. First of all, I don't know what he does historically in New York City, but he's kind of like that guy that likes to play, you know, kind of big time games, big regular season games. He was shooting the ball really bad. He was like 1 of 6, 3 straight games from three. Then he had a night off. He's a veteran player. That night off might have done wonders for his legs. I think he comes out looking to shoot threes tonight. So I really like that Harden look. It's just tough for me to get there again.
Would you go over 3.5 plus money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I look, yeah. I mean, if that was one of my strongest looks for the night, I would not let the 1-3 keep me off of it. No, I wouldn't. Because we know Harden, he can hit 3.25. It's nothing for him to hit back-to-back threes in a possession. Nobody would be shocked if he hits 2 threes in any one of these quarters. So no, I don't think. And the same thing with a Julian Champagne or Champagne, whatever tonight. His threes are plus money, plus 126. Could be a good opportunity for him tonight as well. He's been shooting the hell out of the ball, and he's getting double-digit attempts every night. So if you expect maybe Wemby to be out, maybe the Spurs to be sitting some guys, could be even more shots for him. Who knows?
Talking about threes, the Toronto Raptors in Charlotte tonight. Question from King KT, Khan and LaMelo threes. Khan can nipple scares me more at home. His numbers aren't as strong as on the road. LaMelo, I could see having a big game tonight against Toronto.
Yeah. Only thing I always keeps, if I'm going to play anything, it's always going to be Melo's threes. Always. Right. But Melo scares me. I mean, he hasn't played over 30 minutes in 3 weeks. Tough. He's playing 26 minutes a game. It's really tough. He's going to get his shots up, but if I had to choose, not that he's asking, shout out to King KT. But if I had to choose, I would take Khan just because, you know, Khan's a more efficient player, and you know he's at least going to get 30 minutes for the most part. LaMelo seems to be capped at 26 minutes.
We have another question from the chat. Who's dropping a 50 piece tonight?
Nobody. Stop betting that. Don't bet that terrible shit. I think there's only been, excuse my language, I think there's only been 8 50-point games this season. So if you go and bet that, first of all, good luck. It's a donation. I saw a post where somebody was like, yo, somebody at FanDuel was like, yo, how can we just make $1 million effortlessly tonight? I got a promo for you, bro. Ain't nobody dropping 50. And if they do, it's going to be somebody random. And if it's not somebody random, on a night like tonight, I could give you 10 guys. You know what I'm saying? I can give you Book is in a great spot. Brunson, he could get it. JB, Cade. Like, bro, don't bet that Luka's playing tonight. There you go. I mean, where does it end? Don't bet that crap, bro. Because you bet it, it's either going to be ridiculous luck and it's going to be like playing the lotto. You might as well go play the lotto. Look, Maxi, all kind of stuff. Man, don't play that. And then if you do get it right one of these nights, everybody going to bet the guy. So nobody's going to get it tonight, probably. Like, if somebody bets 50, I don't think nobody's going to guess the person. But if they do, like on a night where it's 3 games, everybody's, if it's Luka, it's like the king of the court. Trey Murphy Jr. won it last night, but normally who wins it? Luka, Maxi. It's like $18. It's not worth the investment. Don't bet it.
I love that. I always tell people, stop betting these sucker bets. They are going to kill you in the long run. Even if, you know, all my friends, they love betting parlays. They hit one, they say, oh my gosh, I bet 10 to win 400. I'm like, how many times did you bet 10 and not win? A lot more than probably $400. But in the short term, feels rewarding. We got a prop here. Anthony Black over 4.5 assists. What do you think?
Orlando's a team I tend to stay away from. He didn't play well yesterday, so I couldn't talk you off of that. I don't really have a read on that. If I'm going assist, I generally go Paolo if I'm looking toward assist, but it's like Bane could get assist, Black could get assist, but I could see it. I couldn't talk you off of that.
Denver's in Boston, and unfortunately, we still don't have a Nikola Jokic. So how do we approach that game with Jokic still out and Boston still playing well?
Oh, man. Well, it's tough to say, because Denver, I'm pretty sure they've covered every game, if not won every game without Nikola Jokic. No, I think
we always talk about the over adjustments.
Yeah. And oftentimes you can get a lot of value. I think this team comes in tonight and plays well. I think Jamal Murray has a lot to prove. He's never made an all-star game, an all-star team. And I think he's like, yo, it's my time to shine. I got it for a month, man. I'm putting up 20 plus shots, getting 8 or 9 assists, 5 or 6 rebounds. I might get a player of the month. And then you got Braun coming back, you got Aaron Gordon coming back. Peyton Watson has got 20 points, 3 or 4 straight games. So I say all that to say this. If Boston isn't going to shoot you out the building, anybody can keep it close. And I would lean toward Denver with the points tonight. I would personally.
It's funny. I saw a hilarious tweet the other day. It said the New York Knicks with like the biggest anticipation for their season, their record. Celtics, least anticipation for a season, their record, and they're pretty much about the same. It's like how?
That's crazy. Yeah, the Knicks lost 4 straight. The Celtics are playing really well, and before you know it, hey.
Yeah, they're 1 loss apart. They're 23-12. The Celtics, the Knicks, 23-13 in the East. Pistons leading the way. You believe in Detroit to keep it up?
I do. Now we'll see about the playoffs.
Is so good.
Yeah, we'll see about the playoffs, but they're a great regular season team just because they're so deep. They're so deep.
Yeah.
Even when Cade goes out, Dennis Jenkins generally comes in. He's been playing well all season. Even if Cade sits tonight and you're lucky enough to get his props, I definitely take his points and assists over. Definitely his assists. But, they got so many defenders, so many guys that are just selfless. That's a perfect regular season team. Now, I don't know about the playoffs because those guys are going to have to hit shots. Amin Thompson, Ron Holland, Javonte Green, Ivy. Those guys are going to have to hit shots. But for now, in the regular season, when they can just come in and grind out your second unit, yeah, good luck.
Mr. Dreamy 1 is where you could find him. And you've got your Blunt Bets, correct? A live stream. When does that stream?
Yeah, today we're gonna take a little time because again, I don't want to give out too many. I want to make sure I give out as many looks as I can. So I'll probably stream in about an hour from now, about 6:40, and then we'll run into the games. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Mr. Dreamy 1, the number 1, and sub to my channel, Blunt Money Bets on YouTube. All right, thanks for having me, Ariel.
Thanks so much for coming on as always. We'll see you again soon.
All right, have a good one.
In case you missed it, these were his 2 favorite props of the night. Michael Porter Jr. over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and Jalen Brunson over 28.5 points. I've got 2 prop queen edges in the NBA tonight. One play that I'm going to show you why props.cash saved me from betting it. First, we're going to start with the 2 that I like, starting with Brandon Ingram under 5.5 rebounds in plus money, plus 114. So Ingram's averaging a rebound less per game on the road when up against teams, he's averaging 1 less rebound per game on the road when he's up against teams that are top 10 in rebounds allowed. So he's facing a Charlotte team that's actually allowing the 3rd least rebounds per game. He's faced, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's had 11 games, Brandon Ingram, this year against teams top 10 in rebounds allowed. Overall, he's averaging 6 rebounds. So is that over? Yeah, sure. Except, so again, 5.5 rebounds is the prop. On the road against teams that are top 10 in rebounds allowed, Brandon Ingram's only averaging 3 rebounds a game. At home, Brandon Ingram's averaging 6.5 rebounds per game. It's a pretty big difference. Plus the fact overall this year he's averaging a rebound less per game. They just faced each other, these 2, the Hornets and the Raptors. They just faced each other on December 5th. Ingram had 9 rebounds at home. I always say when you're up against a defense that does well at something and they allow you to exceed that, it doesn't happen the second game. Nonetheless, on the road. 69% of small forwards have gone under their rebound prop against Charlotte, so we're going to fade Brandon Ingram on the boards tonight. Karl Anthony Towns welcoming in the Los Angeles Clippers to the Garden tonight. Cat under 32.5 points plus rebounds because I was looking at the games without Josh Hart. Cat is averaging 29 points and rebounds without Hart. He's gone under in 4 of 6 against teams that are top 10 in points and rebounds allowed. So the Clippers allowing the 10th least points per game. the 8th least rebounds per game. Cat's averaging 20 points and 7 rebounds. He's had 4 different games against those teams: Boston, Detroit, and San Antonio. That's where he averaged 20.7 rebounds. In all 3 games without Josh Hart against the Clippers, Karl-Anthony Towns has gone under 32.5 points plus rebounds. In the last 10 games, 71% of centers went under their points prop against the Clippers. So Ivica Zubac, I don't know, Karl-Anthony Towns going to go under points and rebounds, and that works well with what Dream was saying about Jalen Brunson going off tonight. So maybe it's Cat under points and rebounds, and Jalen Brunson has a night at the Garden. I'm going to walk you through why Props.cash saved my life. A little bit of a Props.cash promo for the moment, just because it really did. And I'm not doing this to really just promote it. I'm telling you exactly why it did. Phoenix and Memphis. I was looking into this game. It's a short spread. Phoenix minus 4.5. Tonight, I was only looking at games with short spreads. And hold on, actually, I forgot to retweet that I was talking about props. That's no bueno. I should have retweeted it. 1 second. I need a team. I need somebody to do this for me. Prop Queen edges in the NBA on now. And why Props.cash saved me from making a bad bet tonight. Okay. So I was looking at this Grizzlies and Suns game. The Grizzlies are on the second leg of a back-to-back. Suns laying 4.5 on the road in Memphis. When I looked at Props.cash and I saw that Phoenix has allowed 62% of power forwards to go under their points prop. Here, I'll pull it up for you. Share screen, Props.cash. Hold on, I don't want to show you guys this part just yet. Okay. I was like, okay, let's look at the power forward for the Grizzlies. Because when you look over here on the side, you will see that points, 38% went over their points prop. Only 38% went over their points prop this year when facing Phoenix. So I said, okay, that's cool. So power forward struggling offensively against Phoenix this year. Let me dive into Jaren Jackson. So I start looking at how Jaren Jackson has done points-wise against top 10 defenses, because Phoenix has allowed the 6th least points per game. He's only averaging, Jaren Jackson, 16 points a game against top 10 defenses this year, 17 points at home. Still below this number of 20.5. So why is this number 20.5? Well, Memphis is on the second leg of a back-to-back. So let's take a look in the last 10 games how he's done on zero rest. Not great, okay. But how about on zero rest last 10 home games? Oh boy, now we have a different story. Jaren Jackson Jr. at home on the second leg of a back-to-back tends to do pretty well offensively. So even though he's getting a Phoenix Suns team that's done well against power forwards, Jaren Jackson is the one that steps up at home on the second leg of a back-to-back. So am I betting it? No, but I am staying away. Instead of betting that under like I was about to do, sometimes the best bets are the ones you don't make. Props.cash saved me by showing me this kind of info. And that's what you could get. Remember, you could use promo code PropQueen, sign up for Props.cash, and you get 50% off your first month. It is one of the most, if not the most useful tool that I have in my toolbox. That is all I've got for you guys. What do you have here? In Ohio, I can't bet individual college player props, but I can bet on team total rushing yards and team total. Oh, interesting. You'll have to come back on Friday and ask Mid-Major Matt about that. Because for the college football playoffs, I could tell Mid-Major Matt that you have that question, and I'm sure he'd be very interested to answer it for you. He'll be on the show Friday. We don't have any college football for the college football playoff until next week, so we've got some time. But I'll ask Matt about that. I'm gonna send it. Can I copy paste this? I'm gonna just snapshot it to Matt, and then this way we could get you guys an answer. I'm gonna say, let's see, Mid-Major Matt. I'm gonna say, just got asked this in the chat. Figure maybe we can answer on Friday. Okay, so we'll see if Matt answers on Friday. That's all I got for you guys. And now remember, you guys could check out on the PropQueen.com newsletter site, the product section. You could check out the Wildcard Weekend Prop Guide. If you are a premium subscriber, it's already in your inbox. If you are a free subscriber, it's in your inbox, but you got to pay a little bit for it. I worked like 3 days on this thing. 3 days. So check out the NFL Wildcard Weekend Prep Guide, and you can get literally everything like I showed everyone at the top of the show. I broke it down in color coordinated fashion. Green means over, red means under. It shows you which defensive which defenses we can attack and where, which positions do well against defenses, which ones don't. Any sign that we can, what do you say? No stat site, nothing? What do you mean, no stats? Oh, no RotoWire. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so then it's not for you, Sir Mackie Loves Pie. But I'm just saying you guys could use this as a useful tool for NFL Wildcard Weekend. I always say that if you are one of those people, my goal isn't to tell you guys what to bet. My goal is more to give you guys useful information so you can make better bets. I know what it was like to not have the time that you might have, Sir Mackie, but there are people that are working these jobs that people on X tell me is a quote-unquote real job. I know that there are people watching, people out there, you don't have time to handicap all these games. That's why you're tuning in. Maybe it's why you scrolled through YouTube and X and Instagram and TikTok and you're trying to find the best answers. I'm just here to give you the best info I can, put it in one place to help you guys so you don't have to do the work. And that's what this guide is all about, making sure that if you don't have the time, you're not making bad bets. You're just getting the answers, or at least getting more research that you don't have to do yourself. So you could subscribe today to the PropQueen.com newsletter and you get it involved. You get it included with your premium subscription, or you could buy this for $8.99 and you could get props for every single one of the games. And it's not just getting props, it's getting the research behind them. I highly, strongly advise you do not bet everything. That's the point. It's not meant to sell picks. It's meant to sell research. Just telling you the research behind all the props in all the games. And then I'm hoping at some point I'll add in kickers with Matt on Friday and some defensive player props maybe throughout the weekend. That's all I got for you guys. These are my essentially royal locks of the day. Brandon Ingram under rebounds. Karl-Anthony Towns under 32.5 points plus rebounds. I'm going to throw them into a Prize Picks lineup tonight as well. Good luck to all your bets. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube page. And Sir Mackie Loves Pie. The YouTube page is free. So thanks for subscribing. YouTube, Prop Queen Media. Check out the channel. All these guest segments. If you missed the segment with Mr. Dream talking about NBA props tonight, head over there. My Prop Queen Edges of the Day, always posted there. I will see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time here on the Prop Queen.